Welcome to episode 5 of Miscellaneous Knowledge and Company podcast. It is your host, Carson Fuller, with
your co-host, Chase Hoyt,
and special guest appearance
by Braxton Sohns.
All right, Braxton, since you're new to the show, tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, well, I guess we'll start off with education. I attended Delaware Academy, a proud Delaware Academy grad, along with Carson and Chase themselves.
Hell yeah.
Alumni.
Yeah. Originally went to SUNY New Paltz for college, and I had like a quarter life crisis.
You're not even a quarter of the way through.
I mean, like, you never know,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
I mean, from today's standards.
Oh,
I guess we're supposed to live to over 100, so I guess like it's like what, like a 6?
Screw that. I don't want to live to over 100. I want to die when I'm nice and spry. Or at least you can still remember.
Anyways, I'm going to SUNY Geneseo right now. I'm studying business marketing and film. I guess that kind of encompasses a lot of my interests. I like a lot of e-commerce as well as film, and I dabble in acting as well. I consider myself an actor. I'm actually working on a film set right now, a feature film.
It's very cool. That is very cool,
Yeah.
Braxton. I didn't know that. Didn't you do a semester here?
I did, yeah, that as well. That
Right.
was, yeah.
Just making sure that's the truth.
That is the absolute truth.
Just
So,
crap out some Gen Ed
where,
credits.
Yeah, Gen Ed creds, exactly.
Where's this movie set?
It's on, well, technically it's classified, but it is.
Well, what can you tell us?
Okay, here's what I can tell you. It's called Dreamcatcher.
Mm-hmm.
It's owned by Lionsgate.
Okay.
And it's a horror film.
Very cool. How'd you land this gig?
Well,
I was scrolling through Indeed, and right under Lowe's, I saw Lionsgate looking for a hot young stud ready for movie.
it was
film.
actually Craigslist.
Oh
No, I'm just kidding. Never look for a job on Craigslist.
Yeah,
Braxton,
don't do that.
Braxton,
kids.
did you find that between the people looking to suck each other's toes and the person looking to dispose of a dead body?
Dude, it was all the sucking toes connections. I really,
As sketchy as Craigslist can be, sometimes you get good finds. But and this is not a Craigslist ad.
yeah, no, not sponsored by
Kids
Craigslist.
do
Not
not use
sponsored.
Craigslist.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay, in all seriousness, my buddy Doug Pratt landed me a connection with Chris Iverson, and thank you to Doug. He's done a lot for like my different creative endeavors, I guess is what we'll call it, and acting and stuff like that. So I started off doing a little bit of modeling for Delco.
Hell yeah.
And I wanted to do something with a little bit more character, so we did theater in high school together. You know?
Yeah.
So I wanted to take my jab at acting, so I did some student films at New Paltz, and then I wanted to get in with the local crowd around here. So I'm not in this film, unfortunately, but I'm a production assistant. If things go accordingly, I should be in one of Chris's films this summer, which I'm pretty stoked about, and yeah, so that's how it was all connections essentially.
That's very cool, Braxton.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. Proud of you.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
sick. Yeah, just it's funny how things work themselves out if you just keep keep pushing for what you want, you know.
Yeah, dude. When I saw you were working on a movie, I thought it was like some really like low budget local film, like some like hicks were like, I want to shoot a movie. Hey,
Dude.
Bracket boy, you want to be in my movie?
I mean, yeah, being that is how films are usually made. Did you actually see The Cabin? The Cabin's super nice.
Oh yeah, dude.
It
cabin
is
was
so
fire,
nice.
dude.
No, it's got a $500,000 budget, which technically we're over budget, so it's even more than that. But
Braxton's like, better get my paycheck.
yeah, well, that's the other thing too. You don't get paid much in the industry. Well, when you're going for like where I am, I'm trying to meet people, take a little jab for pay, and you make those connections. So that's essentially why I'm there. I do, like, it's really funny because you have good times where it's like you get to talk to famous actors and actresses, and it's like you get to meet really cool people. and then they're like, "Hey, take out the trash." You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like, it has its ups and downs. Let's just put it that way.
Hey, bitch boy, stop talking to the people that matter.
Hey, someone spilled their coffee in the living room. Braxton, get your ass in there. You know what I mean?
Get them up, dumbass.
So, where do you have to travel to for all this the shooting?
Well, it's not too far, thankfully. It's Bovino was the main location.
Really?
And there's we travel a little bit around here. There's a second location for some other shots, and there's a few scenes in the city.
Dang, I don't know what to say, Braxton. That's just awesome.
Yeah, honestly, man, I'm not trying to geek out, but it's really cool.
You're
really
not
cool.
geeking out. You're just saying what's going on in your life.
Yeah,
This is a pretty big step.
Yeah, no, I was very excited.
Love to hear that.
So.
So you said you're into other arts. Do you what instruments do you play, if any?
Well, in what was it? In recorder karate, I was like a green belt in the 5th grade. So I'm pretty high up with the recorder.
Nice.
And dabbled in guitar a little bit in high school, but I wouldn't necessarily say I'm an instrument person. I love don't get me wrong, I love music.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. But yeah. So not too much an instrument person.
So, what other arts were you talking about then? Like drawing or?
Well, a lot of it revolves around kind of creative stuff. Like,
okay.
I really do appreciate film a lot, so I've written, just some old scripts and stuff like that. I like that kind of creative stuff. I've also done things on the business side where it's like logo design, stuff
very
like
cool.
that. Yeah, so.
Yeah, well, I myself, I like to draw. Not many people know that. I like to draw and actually write poems.
Really?
Yes, I do.
It's funny.
The Green Book.
The Green Book, yeah.
A lot of guys, the more guys I talk to, especially that are creative, poetry, they say they like poetry, which is like interesting.
I guess maybe it was a stigma in the past. I guess it's not really anymore, but it's just not something you normally talk about.
It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah, it's 100%.
It's like diary poetry is like something people usually like, hold in themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have a diary, but that notebook.
It depends how you define a diary.
I guess.
I wouldn't say it's a diary.
For men, it's a journal, right? It's a journal.
I'm just gonna say it's a notebook where I write shit down. But
I mean, that works too, yeah.
now it's my journal.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess I kind of dabble in poetry because I write a lot of music, and writing lyrics is essentially poetry.
Yeah. Sure.
But I don't know. I'm not a great lyricist. I'm not very good at poetry. I tend to write very, very like generic lyrics, like
Twinkle, twinkle.
no. So most of my creative energy goes into like composition and production.
Gotcha.
Because again, I'm a terrible lyricist.
So you
the song we just made.
So you're saying if we had a rap battle right now, you would most definitely lose.
Almost certainly, but I could probably make a better beat than anybody else.
So,
Ooh.
I mean, that's a crucial part to a rap
Clout
battle.
guy.
So,
like I can get some like it depends on what you want. I'm really good with like I don't know, kind of experimental or out there production.
For sure.
Like one of my favorite things that I've done is I've tried to combine like rap beats with like not dubstep but like electronic music style like drops and like
No, some of those are so cool. Like you go on YouTube and I recently watched one where it was like Arctic Monkeys and The Weeknd, and they put them together, and it's like it's just like whoa.
Have you ever seen,
what did you just do?
Have you ever seen the Justin Bieber psychosocial match?
Oh my
No,
God.
I've never seen that. No.
Viewers, if you're listening and you haven't seen this, look up Baby Psychosocial Remix. It's hilarious. The first time I saw it, I was dying. But basically, it's just Justin Bieber singing "Baby" over the Slipknot just music.
Instrumental, yeah.
You know what's funny though that this kind of reminds me of? I recently, in the gym, I wanted to kind of change up the music I was listening to.
Yeah.
So I was like,
smooth jazz.
No. I was never a fan of like harder rock, but there was something that just like gets you going in the gym.
Oh, for
Hard
sure.
rock
And,
makes
like,
you pump.
There are bands out there that do remixes of like Taylor Swift songs to hard rock.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like
it's
punk.
insane.
It's
It's
like
actually
punk goes
pretty
pop.
good.
Yeah.
Like they do Trouble.
Oh yeah.
And like
yeah.
hard
I know
rock.
exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's like it's actually pretty good.
It's like the punk goes pop albums.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They also do what's it called? It's that Justin Bieber or not Justin Bieber song. Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
What was the song? It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna look it up quick.
Okay. Yeah, but no, like Braxton, I feel you. I used to be like a big metalhead in like fucking middle school because when I was like an edgy middle schooler.
MW3 Chase.
No, but like I just stopped listening to like really hard rock and metal entirely, and then when I started like going to the gym at Colgate, I was like, man,
We're back, baby.
I need something to pump me up. And so I just like went back to all the old metal albums I used to listen to, and I just made a huge playlist and like going to the gym with like Pantera or like
got it.
fucking Slayer. Just like
This band, this metal band, does a punk cover of "My Love" by Justin Timberlake. No, it sounds wacky, but it's
Braxton
actually...
just threw up in his mouth a little bit.
I was like, what?
Oh my god. It's like a
So do you have a normal job, or is it just the shooting?
Well, yes. So my normal job, in quotations, I worked at the Delhi Telephone Company. This is actually my 3rd year there. And then I also work at the golf course right now. So I've got like 2 part-time gigs.
Nice.
Yeah. Which is kind of nice because
It is.
that they're part-time, I can squeeze other stuff in like this, which is it's a good gig.
Do a couple hours here and there, and then
Exactly.
free time.
Yeah, see, I can't relate, because I remember Jake was like, anyone want to go to the outlets? And I was like, I mean, sure, that'd be cool. He's like, when? It's like, Monday.
No, yeah.
Like, I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Dude, I've been working 6-7 days a week still, and it's like, well, it's only when the film's going on, because I'm just trying to keep my other jobs, but it's just like, jeez.
It's a lot.
It's
Yeah.
a lot, man. It's a lot.
I know. I remember when I graduated. I worked at the golf course first. I was getting a couple shifts there, and then the co-op, the electric co-op, gave me a call. I started working there, so I did that. They do 4 10-hour shifts, so it was Monday through Thursday, 10 hours a day. And then I do Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday, just a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was some guap.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
You get bank, but it's grueling.
it is.
Yeah.
However, like, the main gig at the co-op, like, that was my money, and then the money I made at the golf course, that was just, like, gas or anything else that, like, I need at the time.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I like having steady income and, like, a job to do every day. Like,
Me too.
It definitely gives your life, like, purpose. Like, I don't, because, like, before I was working, I felt like such a bum.
Dude,
Oh.
me too.
I'd wake
Yeah,
up
like
at,
such-
like, 10 or 11 every day. Like, I wouldn't go outside, just, like, do nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this sucks.
You know, it's cool for a couple days, a few days, but
Maybe even a week.
yeah, after that, you're just like,
Well,
what
because
am I gonna do?
when you're working too, the stuff you have to do like accumulates, so then you're productive on the weekends too.
Yeah.
And then when you don't have any work, it's just like you do all your stuff, and you're just like, wow. Guess
I'm
I'll watch
chilling.
Netflix.
Yeah.
My life is empty.
What was I gonna say? Oh, what was I gonna say? I completely forgot.
Best way to figure that out is to not think about it.
That's
And it'll just pop right back in.
Well, I got it now, because you're right.
Mhm.
No, I was saying, like, so I took, like, last summer off of work completely.
Yep.
I'm just thinking of, like, I could not do that this summer. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I had a full summer of just every day was just dumb random shit that I wanted to do. Whenever I wanted to do it, I was just doing whatever unsupervised.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, yeah, it was fun, but, like, man, it got old. I was so ready for college to start.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, now this summer, I just could not bear, like, that level of, like, unstructured life.
Yeah.
You know what's
So
crazy?
boring.
A little over 2 months, we're going to be back at college.
That's insane, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's really insane.
What I always think is crazy is, like, you say a couple months, and you're like, oh, that's super far away.
Nope.
But then you break it down into, like, weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, days seems like a long time, because there's a lot of days.
Yep.
But if you break it down by weeks, you realize how quickly, like, 2 months goes. Like, that's 8 weeks. if you get paid every 2 weeks, that's 4 pay periods. Like, what?
Yeah, but that's crazy how it works. Not trying to get into metaphysics or anything here.
Oh
but
my god, metaphysics.
Please don't.
time dilation is crazy.
That's not metaphysics, that's physics.
Is that
Metaphysics is philosophy.
Is that like where time goes faster?
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying like actual like time is going faster, like actual
But
time
it
dilation.
appears, yeah. But
I'm talking about like just observation, like your experience. Like some days, like you feel like it's taking years or whatever, and then sometimes it just snapped, like your day goes by so.
Do you know why that is?
Sometimes, yeah. Either you're bored, or you're really focused.
Well, like, do you know like why the like? I read a book on this actually. It was, you know, when you're younger, it seems like time goes slower.
Yeah.
It's because you're constantly trying new things
Yes.
and doing new things. That's like your brain is more stimulated doing new things, so time travels slower, or it appears to, and that's why.
I know. There's a period of my senior year, like, I think it was like the first half. Time just flew. I was like, what am I, like...
Yeah.
Because at least my senior year, like, I wasn't really doing anything new, not the first half. So everything just went by me. I was in the school system for 13 years at that point. Like, I knew everything that I had to do. And I was just like, where's the fucking time going?
I'm not gonna lie, like, so far.
But the first week of college, I was just like, wow, time is like really going slow. I'm taking all these courses that I know nothing about.
Well, of course, because of that very reason. Like, I don't know about you guys, but senior year of high school was like so much fun. And I think that's why it like went by so fast. Like that was like you waited 4 years for this, and like that was the peak.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, for sure.
The peak of the journey, not your life.
Yeah. We all hope it's not the peak of our lives.
Hopefully.
I don't think I really know anyone who, at least like we graduated with, that would have peaked in high school. Like I don't know too many.
Mike.
Let's not name names, guys.
Not to name names, but fuck you, Jerry.
Or how about that one guy we graduated with, Scott? No, we didn't graduate with a Scott.
I don't know a single person named Jerry. Yeah, no, but like I feel like I think you're onto something with that, or that book was onto something with that.
Yeah, I know it's interesting for sure.
Because last semester I realized like the first like 3/4 of it went by so insanely quickly, and when I look back, this goes back to what we were talking about last episode, Carson.
Yeah.
With my whole like weed debacle.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah,
all of my friends and stuff.
That was 2 episodes ago, actually.
2 episodes, really?
Mm.
Damn. Time flies.
Yeah.
We are living
Point to it
examples
again.
of this.
Our brains are fully stimulated right
Small
now.
fish brains.
But no, I don't know if you know this, Braxton, but like last semester I got like really like depressed and stuff.
No, yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, because like every day was the exact same thing, just carbon copy, and so I feel like that's why like it was just a complete blur.
Yeah.
Because even though I was like almost completely sober the entire time, like I wasn't doing anything that should have made me like forget or like have it be a blur, but just like I feel like just the mundane nature of it, everything just went.
Dude, that's like a life lesson right there, though. 'Cause,
I know.
like, that actually makes me think of, there's like this rock song. It's so weird. But it's called Every Day's Exactly the Same, and it talks about how like those people who get like the 9 to 5 jobs that like they don't like, and it's just like every day is exactly the same. They aren't stimulated whatsoever, and like when you live for the weekends, life just sucks. You know what I mean?
You go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we know so much about life.
Yeah.
Well, think about it like this.
philosophers.
Like, those reports, they don't come out anymore, but a few years, a little more than a few years ago, remember all the reports about the Chinese like laborers in all these factories trying to jump out and kill themselves, and how they had to install the nets? Like, bro.
Yeah. Now it's cows. Now they're on to cows. That's like the next big debacle.
But yeah, no, like I just kind of realized like that I crave like new experiences, like meeting
I'm pretty sure
people.
everyone does, dude. Well, to a certain extent, but
I hope so, at least.
I don't know, because the problem I had was like the people I was surrounding myself with didn't. They just were
Well, because they were high.
Yeah.
That's why.
No, but even when they were sober, they were like, I don't want to do it. I just want to go get high.
Well,
it's like,
you can crave new things when you're high. I'm not just talking about
Food.
But, like, if you do it just constantly and heavily, yeah, you lose your motivation.
It's kind of sad.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is not kind of, quite sad.
But yeah, that's
because
true.
of how many people just, like, are fine with doing the same thing over and over again without any sort of change or deviation.
Yeah, the people who dislike, like, change and new things and, like, trying things just baffle me. Like, not even, like, I get, like, you know, if you don't want to skydive, no one says you have to fucking skydive. But if you're telling me you can't try, like, this new food that you've never had because, like, it's like, oh, come on. Like, if you don't like it, it's no big deal. Like,
Yeah.
are you really going to miss out on, like, everything that life has to offer you because I have a comfort.
My friend Alex, dude, he won't eat peanuts, and it's just like, what's wrong with you?
for the record, ladies and gentlemen, Alex has a severe peanut allergy, like a deathly peanut allergy.
He hasn't tried peanuts since he was like 6. I'm like, dude, come on, live a little.
Bro, just look at the spoon of the peanut butter. Come on.
Every once in a while, we really fuck with him, and while he's sleeping, we throw peanuts at him to see if he goes into shock.
We should powder his food.
No, stop. No, in all legitness, Alex is a great friend, and he actually, you know, they do the test now, so you can get he got like blood work, so who knows, he might, because some people actually grow out of that stuff, so.
That's true.
Sometimes you can grow into something. Like,
that would be terrible.
No, it
Ooh,
is.
that'd be bad.
I have a case of this actually.
Oh,
not me personally, but I know a lady. So she wasn't allergic to bee stings, all throughout her youth. But one time she got stung pretty bad when she was 22,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean really bad. Like there was like 20 plus stings, and she had an anaphylactic response to it. Like her body was just kind of geeking out, shutting down, so they had to inject her with a bunch of EpiPens, and now whenever there's bees, she always carries one.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Imagine that, you're you just
It's
drop
bee stings suck on themselves, but imagine not being able to
dying
go
sucks
through it.
too. You just crack open a Reese's, and then you're like they need the AED and self checkout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that definitely is crazy because I couldn't imagine. I love peanut butter myself and just peanuts, but if I was just one day, enjoying a peanut butter sandwich or just had a Reese's Pieces or something and just freaked out, I don't know what I'd do. I guess I'd die.
Well, dude, it's not just that. It's think of all the allergies. There's shrimp, strawberries,
Gluten.
I mean, you're just screwed, dude. If you're grow into a gluten allergy.
Oh.
You've had it all your life, and all of a sudden you have to
growing out of lactose. Oh my god.
That was
I know
that was
I couldn't survive.
that was one of the hardest things for me because I went from 3 or 4 glasses of milk a day, as much cheese as I wanted, cream, I had crap tons of cream in my coffee, ice cream on the reg, and I've basically sacrificed milk, half and half, ice cream, yogurt, all dairy, just so I can eat cheese.
Mm.
Dude, I didn't know you were lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
Wow.
It sucks.
I mean, obviously I would be able to do it, but I would hate life if I turned lactose intolerant because I'm a huge milk fan.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Actually, as a kid, you guys probably don't know this, but I used to drink half a gallon of milk a day.
Oh my god.
When I was 5 until about 13. I'm not even joking.
Carson.
And I only slowed down because I started doing track, and you can't have that much milk and run.
And you get what are those called? Appendix stones or whatever?
Oh, you mean kidney stone?
Kidney stones.
Appendix stone.
No, it's because Paul.
Paul.
It's because Paul just had his appendix surgery or whatever.
Oh yeah, one of our good friends, Paul, just had his appendix removed, and it was a whole ordeal.
Yeah. Pray for Paul. Hashtag pray for Paul.
Hashtag pray for Paul.
Make that trending on Twitter. All 5 people who will watch this episode.
Yes.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Well, any Yeah, so anyway, back to work. It can be very exhausting sometimes. Braxton, do you have something to say about that?
Yeah, so, well, it's funny because on the film set, so there's production assistants, which is what I am on this film set. And we usually work 13-hour days. And last night we went a little bit over, so I started work at... we usually start at like 6 or 6:30 a.m., but we needed to do some night shoots. Mm-hmm. So we actually started at, I believe I got there around 11 or 11:30 a.m. And anyways, we ended up getting some really beautiful night shots, but I was there till 2:15 a.m. is when I got off.
Wow.
And I was so torn too, because the place they stay, all the people are staying locally in these super nice houses, right? There's like a 30-person crew, so they get like giant houses. Anyways, they were having a party because it's like, this is their weekend, Wednesday, Thursday. And yeah, believe it or not. So I was so torn. I was like, I want to go to the party, but I have work at 8 a.m. So at this point, I was going to go if we got off at like 11 or midnight, but I was like, I'm just too tired.
Yeah.
So I originally told my parents, I was like, all right, listen, I'm just going to go to the crew house, sleep there, and drive to work in the morning, which is at 8 a.m. I don't know if I said that. So anyways, I get home, and the doors are locked because they think I'm sleeping somewhere else. So I'm just like, I have my sleeping bag and pillow, so I'm just like, screw it. And I plop down on my...
Your front porch?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did someone find you on the porch?
And it was my back porch, actually. I had the decency to go to my back porch.
Oh
but,
my God.
What did your parents say when they found you?
Sleep in the pool.
My mom came down like in the morning and she just like knocked on the door. She was like,
Braxton!
Yeah.
Like, who's this homeless guy?
Yeah, so that
Get
was
off my
night.
property.
And then I went to work and chugged a Bang Energy, and that's how I started off the morning.
Please sponsor us, Bang. We want your ad revenue.
Did you go back to the Saturday, or did you go to a different job?
No, I worked at the telephone company.
Oh, okay.
So
what exactly?
Well, the film set
Yeah.
has Wednesday and Thursday off.
Yes.
But I can't, since I'm not getting paid that well on this set, I have to, I want to try to I have to keep my other jobs, you know what I mean? So I'm working at the phone company on my off days, essentially.
So what exactly do you do for the phone company?
Well,
take out the trash.
This is my third year, so
Yeah.
The phone company is actually, this is like such a weird topic to talk about, but so this is going to be a lot of information in a short amount of time.
Let's go for
it. All the way from the 60s to around 2015, around here was what we call copper lines, and that's what the phone and internet ran through.
Yeah.
Around 2015, we started introducing fiber, which is actually a small glass cable which carries internet faster. It's what you have
fiber
here.
Optics, right?
Fiber optic cable. So essentially, what we're doing around here, it's kind of rural. So we're introducing the fiber where the copper is. So we're doing a bunch of installs to switch people over. So that's essentially what my job is to switch people over to the new
They
site.
were doing that at the co-op too, the
Mhm.
past couple of years, because the co-op versus both are relatively small power companies that
Mhm.
also supply, like you said, internet and telephone.
Yep.
Except the co-op doesn't supply telephone, but they do fiber optics.
Yeah.
Actually, I was surprised at that. So they were doing that, and what I did at the co-op, I was actually on the brush crew. I wasn't doing the
Installs.
wiring. Yeah, I wasn't doing the wiring. I wasn't working with the electricity. I was taking down trees. So the trees wouldn't touch the power lines and blow up.
Yeah.
But one time we were going to the site where we were working, and this whole road, like the side of it, actually, yeah, I'd say more towards the right side, but it was actually in the road instead of on the ditch or whatever. Completely torn up, long line, because these houses are pretty spread apart, very rural area that I was in, more rural than like the small villages that we have. So maybe your neighbor's like a quarter mile down the road. So
Oh, yeah.
these guys had to do this mile of fiber optic line for 3 houses.
Oh my God.
Right?
No, but you know what? It's
Bro, I was laughing all the way. I was like...
Dude, that little... Okay, so I learned this today. That little box they put on the side of your house, the little gray box,
Yeah.
$800 is what that cost them.
Damn.
No.
That's what those things are worth. The new fiber boxes, $800. But you know what it is? It's passive income for them because you're going to be paying them monthly, so they're eventually going to get it back. But like,
unless you pay in one lump sum.
Yeah, well, there's a contract.
You have to.
Yeah,
pay
no,
monthly.
no.
Yeah.
Because it's like your cable and stuff.
Oh,
like
that's right. That's
you
right.
Pay as you use it.
But I was just like, dang, someone could make a business just going around stealing those little boxes.
It's like how people used to jack car radios. You just see bandits at the side of your house, like
Everybody's phone's going out. It's chaos, you know. No one has internet.
Where our boxes go? All of a sudden, there's like a box stand, like in town
come
square.
get your box.
$600, pay for your box.
You want your box back?
The new
Pay me my ransom.
Hold the internet and phone ransom. Yeah.
Oh,
That in this day and age, that would be a pretty hefty, blackmail.
Well, you know what? Like, one thing I really like about the job is like you get to travel to different places around here I didn't know even existed.
Right?
And you get to meet people that are like really interesting. But like I feel like interesting covers both good and bad.
Oh,
So like today we went to
Characters.
this guy and he was like, yeah, man, I really miss the '60s. He was like some grandfather. And he was like, all that sex, drugs, and rock and roll is really taking a toll on me now. It's like telling us how he used to like drag race around here and stuff like that. It was like, yeah, it was funny.
Actually, that went on through the 80s because you know how we can't leave, like how we couldn't leave the school to get lunch?
Uh-huh.
That happened. No. This was when my mom was going to high school here. I think it was her junior year, so this was either 89, 90. She didn't tell me exactly when it happened, but two of her friends, because back then they could go to McDonald's or the pizza shop or wherever. They could even go home and have their lunch as long as they came back. So what happened was they'd usually drag race down Elm Street. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because there weren't a lot of parked cars back then for some reason, I guess. So they just make sure the coast is clear, and it's like this road is about a third of a mile long.
Yeah.
So you just very straight, not fairly. It's straight arrow, all right. So you could get some decent acceleration just to see whose car is fastest in the shortest amount of time, but they didn't crash into each other. What happened was one of her friends lost control and hit a parked car that usually wasn't there.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Well,
And then he got really messed up and the school was like, uh-oh.
no more lunch.
Yeah.
No eating, no food. Food is caused this.
You kids gotta stay put.
You know what? My mom's uncle, my grandmother's brother, he got shot in the back of the head while drag racing.
Where?
Yeah. Okay. So they were he was buddies with the guy I talked to here, and what they did is actually in the ag shop, they built a big block 55 Chevy engine, and threw it in a 55 Chevy, and they're drag racing one night. The cops come up, and
oh my god!
it's a chase, right? So the cops are trying to shoot out their tires. A bullet. Well, this is what the cops said. A bullet ricochets off the pavement, hits my uncle in the back of the neck, or like right here, like where your head and like neck connect.
All right.
And anyways, that stopped him because they almost killed him.
Oh.
And
Bro.
he's still alive today, and the bullet's actually still in there because removing it would have caused more damage.
Does he
crazy.
travel a lot? That must cause quite the stir with the TSA.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, no, he's.
Well, not back then.
Well, now.
Yeah, now I bet. He's like, oh yeah, just casually. He's like, yeah, don't worry about that bullet in my neck, you know.
Bro, so is he all right? Like, does he have full movement?
He's like the man, dude. He plays golf like every day to this day.
Because a lot of times when that happens, like in the back of your neck, like something
Else gets messed up. Yeah. I don't know. He got lucky, I guess. But
going off of guns, our school used to have a firing range in it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys know that? Yeah.
I
you
did
you
not.
used to.
It's the piece of our school right below the bell tower. So you know how we have that.
Oh.
Roof? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so a funny thing about this, my dad was telling me, or it was actually my uncle. We all know who Dave Kelly is.
Yeah.
One day they were doing archery, so they would shoot it. They had big targets and they'd shoot them in the football field because the school's on a hill.
Yep.
this one kid takes an arrow, shoots it over the elementary school.
Oh my god.
Dave Kelly tackles this kid.
As he should. I bet it was a perfect point.
Like, if ESPN was commentating on this, like, they would have gone insane at this guy.
Tackles this kid, they're rolling down the hill. He's like, I swear if you ever do this. I don't remember exactly what he said, but.
Teachers should have the ability to do that.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Because if a student does like something really dumb like that or something else, I don't know another example. Maybe javelin, like throws it at someone. But actually, javelin is illegal to compete in for New York State high schools.
Are you serious?
Yes, because there was an incident way back. Yes.
The incident.
But
we all remember.
Anyway, yeah. Dave Kelly did the right thing.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it actually.
What kind of idiot does that?
Bro, like, they're kids.
like what? Wait. First of all, like, that's not funny. Like, it's funny now because
no one got hurt.
Because no one got hurt and Dave Kelly tackled him. That's funny. But like, if like just shooting an arrow towards an elementary school, like,
he's like, I need some live targets.
This isn't good enough for me.
Oh.
Like,
I need more stimulus.
Like, what kind of idiot?
Darn. Well, I think that's a great way to end the podcast.
Don't shoot at elementary schools.
Yeah.
With anything, actually.
Yeah.
That
in short.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, Braxton.
No, dude, I've had a great time. This was.
I want you on more often.
Yeah, this is good.
But
this is really
We
good.
covered such a wide variety of topics.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for listening in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Toodles.